This is my audience and camera woman and my other audience and victim. According to the New York Department of Health, there are approximately 800 neck, head, and back injuries each year in the United States resulting from an accident in the pool. Now that may seem like a low number, but consider if you were one of those 800 people and how scared you would be of becoming paralyzed or even worse, losing your life. As lifeguards, we take many precautions when we suspect a spinal injury so that we do not cause further injury to the victim. One of those precautions is backboarding. I've been a certified lifeguard for 6 years now and have been tested numerous times in my abilities. Today I'll be demonstrating how to backboard a victim that is out of the water. I'll be focusing on head support, how to strap the victim in, and last, overall safety and how to move the victim. Of all these steps may have come from my own training and experience. However, I've supplemented that with my lifeguard manual, Lifeguarding, which is printed by the American Red Cross. The head is the most important part of the body. It is our control center and our memories. This is why when backboarding, we always start and end with the head. Normally, this would be a two-person job, and another guard would be stabilizing the head the entire time that the victim is being strapped in. Now, since it's only me, and for demonstrating purposes, we are going to pretend that the head is being held like this throughout the entire demonstration. The most important part this person would be doing is making sure that the head does not even move even a millimeter. Doing so could result in further injuring the victim. Now that we have made sure that the head is tight and isn't going anywhere, we can move on to strapping in the victim. Some of you may be wondering why we even need to strap in the victim if the head is the most important part. Well, we also need to make sure that the spinal cord is in a straight line to prevent more injuries. Another reason to strap them in is that when the victim is moved, we don't want them to slide off the board. When strapping in, we start with the chest. This strap goes under each arm and comes around over here through the loop and strap tight. We start at the chest so that if we need to move the victim because they're in danger, we can do so now because it will be caught on their armpits and they will stay on the board. Next, we move on to the arm straps. These ones go over the hands so that the victim is further immobilized. Make sure this is tight. The last step is to strap the victim in at the knees or at the ankles, depending on what kind of board you're using. Our board has both ankle and knee straps, but for time purposes, I will only strap in the knees. Now the victim is immobilized and we can start to move them. Remember how I said that backboarding starts and ends at the head? Now that the victim is strapped in, we can move back to the head. Now I can come back and strap in the victim's head. This requires a fair amount of communication between the two guards that would be doing the backboarding. However, since it is only me, I will show you how the headpiece is put on. During this, the other guard would be holding the head in line, and I would be putting the headpiece on around their hands. For now, we are simply going to line up the Velcro on each side of the head and make sure it's around their head nice and snug. Next, I will come and put the forehead and the chin strap on the head. Now the head is totally immobilized and we can move the victim. Now the victim can be moved and won't slide off the board. Safety is key, and the slightest mistake on our part could be the difference between a broken neck or being paralyzed forever. There are three main elements when backboarding. That is stabilizing the head, strapping the victim in, coming back and immobilizing the head, and at last, moving the victim so they can be taken to the hospital. So the next time you come to the pool, pay close attention to those no diving signs. They're there to make sure you don't end up on one of these. But if something were to happen, don't worry, because we'd have your back. Literally. The red one.